In this video, we're going to look at a good way to answer questions in part 1. Whether it's a question on a common topic or a more surprising topic, you can use this technique to answer the question. Answering the questions in part 1 of the test is really quite easy. We don't want to make it more complicated than we have to. When you answer the question, the length of your answer is quite important. You don't want it to be too short, but you don't want it to be too long. Single word answers such as yes or no may be possible for some questions, but this isn't going to show the examiner your true speaking ability. It's too short. At the same time, very long answers are not good, as you really want as much variety in the questions during the 5 minutes of part 1 so you can show off your range of vocabulary. When you're in the exam, you need to answer the question fully, but also keep focus and not say anything the examiner hasn't asked for in the question. So, when you hear the question, you have to think about what an appropriate answer would be. But generally, 2 sentences is about the right length. Each of these 2 sentences are doing a specific thing. The first sentence is giving a direct answer to show the examiner you know what is being asked in the question. It's better that your direct answer is in a full sentence rather than one word. Following your direct answer, you can give a reason for your answer or a small explanation. This makes your answer easier to understand, and it gives you a chance to show the examiner your speaking skills. Just imagine you get a question like, "Do you like dancing?" It's not wrong to answer this question with one word, yes or no. This shows you understand "do you" questions. They require, at the very least, a response of yes or no. The problem with answering with one word is that it isn't showing the examiner enough for them to give you higher band scores. If I had to answer this question, I might first say, "No, I don't like dancing." This gives the examiner a nice direct answer in a full sentence. I've used the grammar in the question in my response, and also some of the vocabulary. It is clear that I know the question is about me from using the word I. I've also used a feature of spoken English by combining the words do and not to form the word don't. These probably seem like very basic things, but if you don't show the examiner these things, they don't know you know them. I didn't bother changing any of the language in the question for my answer, like paraphrasing, as I don't really think there is enough time to do this, and there are other parts of the test where I can show off this skill. So, the answer, "No, I don't like dancing," is better than just no. But I think we can make it even better by adding a second sentence. This can be used to explain your direct answer a bit. I might say something like, "It makes me feel uncomfortable and self-conscious." Here, I'm just giving a reason for not liking dancing. I've shown the examiner a few extra skills, linking the sentences by referring to the activity in the previous sentence with the word it. And I've shown them my understanding of some adjectives. So, my full answer to the question, do you like dancing, would be no, I don't like dancing. It makes me feel uncomfortable and self-conscious. It's still quite simple, but not too simple. I don't really want to go into any more detail as the question doesn't ask for anything more than this, and I want more questions to show the examiner more of my skills in English. I'll just give you a couple more quick examples so it's nice and clear. If we move to the more common topic of work, if you're not working, it's likely the examiner will ask you about your studies instead. A question might look a little like this. Do you like your job? So it's another do you question. I'll try to answer it in a similar way. I want to use two sentences, one to give a direct answer and another to explain. Maybe something like this. Yes, I really enjoy my job. Ever since I was a child, I've wanted to be a teacher so I can help people fulfill their potential. So, you can see I've given a nice, clear, direct answer in my first sentence. And in the second sentence, I've explained why with a slightly more complex sentence using the present perfect tense. Even though it is a bit longer, it is still clear and keeps focus on the question asked. Another question could be, what's the best thing about your job? Again, I'm going to try to answer this with the same method, a direct answer and a short explanation. Like this. The best thing about my job is that I can make a difference in people's lives. So, this would be the first sentence. I'm using the vocabulary in the question to respond with a full sentence, and then telling the examiner exactly what that thing is. Making a difference in people's lives. I would follow this with, it's great when I see my students pass exams and go on to follow their dreams. I've just explained what the difference is, mentioned in the previous sentence, and how that makes me feel. Answering questions in part 1 of the test shouldn't be too difficult. But you don't want your answers to be too short or too long. Your focus should be answering the question clearly and quite quickly. It's best not to try to show off too much in part 1. The other parts in the speaking test will give you a chance to do this and show the examiner the skills you need to get really high band scores. Thanks for watching. If you found the video helpful, don't forget to subscribe to the channel to make sure you don't miss any future videos.